game. Don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game.
One of the great venues to watch a game in any sport, and one of the best home crowds in any sport, Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Miami Dolphins and the Chicago Bears. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. This defense for the Bears, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On 2nd and 7, Winston. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
They'll run on first down. Edmonds, nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Winston. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Yeah, here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Where did this one go out? Now they'll start with good field position, 45-yard line. Cousins on first down. That's going to be caught downfield by Mooney. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the... a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run with Montgomery. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Cousins gets this one out wide quickly. Touchdown, Bears! Darnell Mooney, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Alexander Johnson there on the stop.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Jameis to throw it. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. This is taken at the 15. Good head-down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an Abbott?
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Xavier Howard. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Following the interception, Winston. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football.
And Winston lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On third down, Winston. He is going to find Hill here. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
A very important third down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up first and goal.
Ready.
Here's Mostert. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On second down, this is Edmonds. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And now can they reverse the trend on third and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? To throw is Winston. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Sanders' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing it for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Man open, that's Byron Pringle complete.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
Hey, 32, Shoot. Gun.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Hill on the return. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Play fake. Winston. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bearsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Listen to me. Gun.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Lucky 48.
Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Yeah, the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop them on 3rd down. To throw, Cousins. Got an open man, it's Pringle. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Jerome Baker there on the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Good route here.
Here's Cousins. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in this second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Now a give to Mostert running right. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and that will keep this a 3-point game.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stock troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. Cousins throw taken in by Pringle.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 43. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Gun!
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Another carry now for Edmonds. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. To throw, Winston.
Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. Oh, Edmonds has it knocked loose.
And this is picked up by the Bears. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So the turnover forced and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Gun.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off Byron Jones.
And the Dolphins will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Off the play fake, Winston. That's out to Hill, right side complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Jameis now on first down.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Dane Cruikshank.
And the Bears are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Gun.
Herbert once more. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So the scoring dried up here in the third. Nothing that quarter for either side. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
First. Zebra. Gun.
Cousins. And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
This offense on 3rd down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, Winston. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Dante Hightower in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
And how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
First.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll get this down only to the 18.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing, Winston. Over the middle, complete. It's Hill. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The kick by Sanders is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this.
And now here is another interception. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick-6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick-6?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Bears take over first down 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick-6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one. It might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Play action now. Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Give the sack to Blake Martinez.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of a defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets...
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Xavier Howard, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Connor. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw again on second down. Winston.
They'll get this underneath to Edmonds.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Here's Winston. Looking deep downfield.
And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's fourth down.
Jason Sanders onto the field goal. A 47-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Here we go.
Cousins now to throw on first down.
Left side, got Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
A 3-yard gain brings up 2nd and 7 at the Dolphins' 45-yard line.
From the 45 on second down, Cousins. That's caught inside the 20. A huge play there for Chicago. And even 40 yards. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Throwing, Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
On second and goal, Cousins. That is caught at the 7-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
They'll run for it with Montgomery. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Montgomery, they'll run for it. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins.
Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.
So for the Dolphins, they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Bears, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.